Something massive happened today with Palantir. Palantir just announced a crazy bombshell. It seems like Google is about to take over, and it is going really fast. Analysts are dropping their signals. This might actually push Palantir to a trillion-dollar powerhouse. What is happening? And why will Palantir never be the same after today? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir is going absolutely wild today. And honestly, the vibe around it is electric. People are straight up celebrating right now. Why? Because Palantir just dropped a bombshell. They've announced a massive new collaboration, and this one's not your average partnership. Nope. This is next level. Palantir is teaming up with Google, and here's where it gets even crazier. Google wants Palantir's tech to actually run on their platform. That's huge because think about it. Google's got insane reach. So if Palantir's tech gets that kind of spotlight, it's game over in the best way. That kind of exposure doesn't just look good on paper. It attracts more eyes, more interest, and yeah, potentially a flood of new investors, which could seriously send Palantir's stock flying even higher. But hey, before we get all dreamy about the future, let's talk about what's happening right now. Because today, Palantir made a monster move in the market. It once again brushed up against that clean, crisp $100 mark. It's not just hype either, there's solid momentum behind this. One analyst broke it down pretty clearly. He mentioned how he caught Palantir today right at that key psychological level around the 100 mark, during a little retest. He did miss the initial dip and rip move earlier in the day, but he still caught a super clean setup. What made this whole thing even sweeter was the daily breakout. The price gapped up and sliced through a major pivot around 99 like butter. And on top of that, Palantir is showing real strength compared to the rest of the market. While a bunch of other stocks have been dragging during the recent pullback, Palantir's just been chilling, holding strong. It's actually way stronger than it might seem on the surface. One analyst pointed out something pretty wild. While the S&P has been sliding this April, down by a solid chunk, Palantir has been doing the exact opposite. It's actually up, and not by just a little bit. We're talking a double-digit kind of climb. That's a serious flex. Now here's why that matters more than you might think. Palantir is actually part of the S&P. So when the whole index is pulling back and Palantir's pushing up, that's a big deal. It means Palantir isn't just floating with the tide. It's swimming upstream, strong and steady. That kind of relative strength? It tells you this stock's got serious momentum. So what's actually pushing all this momentum behind Palantir right now? Well, it's not just one thing. Today, a whole series of bombshells dropped, and each one adds fuel to the fire. First off, there's some major political movement happening behind the scenes. Word just came out that House Republicans are looking to boost Pentagon spending big time. We're talking around $150 billion more dollars. That's a huge jump. According to folks familiar with the situation, they're ditching the lower defense budget and instead lining up with what the Senate has been planning. It's part of this massive party line bill they're working on, and it's no small deal. Now here's where things get really interesting for Palantir. You have to ask, how much of that giant chunk of cash is going to go toward cutting-edge defense tech? Specifically, toward Palantir's powerful machine learning tools. The stuff that's already being used by the Pentagon in super high-stakes operations. Because if even a slice of that budget lands in Palantir's corner, we're looking at a game-changing boost. This isn't just speculation either. Palantir's been building tight relationships with the Department of Defense for a while now. And lately, those partnerships have only gotten stronger. From battlefield intelligence to next-gen software, Palantir's name keeps coming up at the top. They're not just in the mix, they're leading it. But here's the real bombshell. So Lee Palmer, who's a big deal over at Google Public Sector, just dropped a statement in a blog post that changes the game. She basically said that Google's expanding its mission to help public sector clients by adding support for Palantir's FedStart platform. Yeah, that's right. Palantir's tech is getting plugged directly into Google Cloud's government-grade infrastructure. And this isn't just about making things easier or smoother. This is huge. What FedStart does is give U.S. government agencies a way to move fast, stay compliant, and tap into advanced software. Stuff that's not just smart, but mission-critical. We're talking about helping agencies scale, stay secure, and get access to tech that's built for real-world impact. Now, all of that is riding on Google's monster infrastructure, which is one of the most powerful and secure systems on the planet. Palmer even said that this combo, Palantir's full-service compliance, Google's massive cloud, and solutions from top-tier software makers, will help speed up innovation across the government. And guess what? The first major name to jump in with this setup? Anthropic. Their Claude for Enterprise is going to be available to federal agencies through this new Palantir Google pipeline. That's not small stuff. Let's break down why this is ridiculously bullish for Palantir. First of all, Google's a beast. A multi-trillion-dollar giant with reach that stretches across the globe. When a company like that basically gives Palantir a spotlight on their cloud, it's like flipping on the high beams in the middle of the night. Boom! Everyone sees you. And that kind of visibility? It's pure gold. Because now, every government agency working with Google Cloud is going to see Palantir front and center. And not just government. Other companies watching this play out are going to be thinking, maybe we need to work with Palantir too. The trust is already there, the platform is already secure, and the compliance stuff? Already handled. That opens the door to all kinds of new partnerships. Think defense contractors, enterprise-level businesses, critical infrastructure players. Anyone needing advanced data solutions is suddenly going to have Palantir on their radar. And if even a fraction of those turn into actual deals, it's lights out. We could start seeing new collaborations being announced left and right. And here's where it gets wild. This deal with Google? This might actually be the catalyst that launches Palantir into that rarefied air of a trillion-dollar company. It sounds like a big claim, sure, but think about it. Palantir is already a major player in AI, defense, and enterprise software. They've got deep roots in government, and now they're teaming up with one of the biggest names in tech to scale their offerings even further. This isn't just a good look, this is a power move. And once that momentum starts catching fire, with investors, with agencies, with private companies, it's only a matter of time before Palantir isn't just a name in the news. It's the name everyone is talking about. And if you're still in doubt, still wondering if all this hype around Palantir is just noise? Well, remember what one sharp analyst tweeted not too long ago. He broke it down in a way that just makes sense. He said, "Why am I bullish on Palantir?" Simple. The risk-reward here is just too good to ignore. According to him, a lot of the bad news, stuff like inflation, market jitters, political drama, that's all already baked into the stock. It's not new. It's not surprising anymore. But what isn't priced in yet is just how strong Palantir's actual fundamentals are. He pointed out that Palantir is growing like crazy. It's pulling in real free cash flow. And, this part's key, it serves clients who have deep pockets and stable budgets. We're talking government agencies and massive companies that aren't cutting back, even if the economy starts acting weird. And get this. He highlighted how Palantir's commercial business in the US is growing at a pace that most companies only dream of. They're totally debt-free, which is kind of rare in today's market. And they're not just part of the AI hype. They're actually building real-world AI that's being used right now. Not in 5 years now. Sure, the stock might look expensive if you're just glancing at it. But like he said, when you're investing in a company that's changing the game, a company that's defining a category, you're not paying for what it is today. You're paying for what it's about to become. And for him, that future looks big. He's got his eyes locked on $150 a share by the summer of 2026. That's not just some wild number. It's based on belief in execution, scale, and real customer loyalty. And honestly, when you look at what's happening right now, the Google partnership, the Pentagon budget news, the insane strength in the market while everything else is dragging, his words start to feel less like a bold prediction and more like a roadmap. Palantir isn't just surviving in this market, it's thriving. And with all this momentum building up, that long-term target, yeah, it doesn't seem so far off anymore. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.